Hi FlossTube, it's Karen with KB Studio Creations. Welcome back to my past subscribers and those who've come and watched me before, and welcome to all you new subscribers. I actually have quite a few new ones, so that's great, and I hope you enjoy this. Okay, so I'm going to start out with whips. One thing I've been pulling back out is the Lakeside Linen 2018 Mystery Sal. So the whole thing's out now. I found out about it in August, and so I started stitching it, and then I kind of put it down for the holiday season as I worked on other things. But seeing people work on the 2019 one has motivated me to pull this out and work on it some more. So I got a little bit more done. I had about through here done, so I got a pretty good amount of done. Getting a little tired of stitching the green. I haven't decided any of the other colors I'm doing yet, so I either need to keep stitching the green or decide on the other colors, or mix of both. The next whip is the Easy Guide Needle embroidery stitch sal. So they just released, I think, stitches number 25. So I had done these ones previously, and so I got through number 8. So let me see if I can show that a little closer. So it's fun to just learn and try these new techniques. Before this, the only one I'd ever done was the French knot, so it's fun to learn all these embroidery stitches. And so it's eventually going to be a book. At least that's my thought, is just have columns of the embroidery stitches and then kind of put like a cloth cover on the top. So we'll see how that works out. All of my other whips, I'm sorry, I just notice that I am knocking the table. All my other whips are either Christmas presents we didn't finish before Christmas, which are for my husband's family and for mine for my husband. So I've been working on those, and then I've also been working on models for patterns I want to release this year. Last year I showed the in progress photos, but this year I'm trying something different, so you won't see the in progress, but just let me say that I am really enjoying working on my plaid spring. So I hope you all enjoy it once it comes out. I'm almost finished stitching them, but I don't plan to release them for probably at least another 3 weeks, maybe a month. Probably closer to a month. So plans. I did want to talk about plans. I don't have any FFOs or finishes. My birthday sal is coming up in less than a month. So my birthday is February 19th. But I'll probably start it on the 18th just because that's President's Day here in the United States. So I'm probably gonna have that day off work. So yeah, I'll probably start it then. But this is from Cross Stitcher magazine, October 2018. So what I'm stitching is this Cinderella pattern. I hope that showed okay. Let me try it again. There. I love it. So I'm excited for it. I cut out my cloth today, and then I'm going to dye it. So hopefully the dyeing works the way I want it to. I had a piece of cloth that I dyed previously that I thought might work, but then when I measured it, it's too small. So working on that. But for my sal, basically anything that's silhouette or fairy tale related, I feel like fits within the theme because it's a silhouette, it's fairy tale related. I love both. So if you want to join in, mark your calendars for February 18th. And I'll probably just remind you every video. So what's next? Haul. So I'm not really supposed to have any haul, but for one of the models I'm stitching, I was almost out of floss. So that was this pretty yellow color. So I bought some more. And then I was like, well, I'm going to need more of this green for the mystery sal. So I did that. And I was like, well, let me look at my app and see what I'm low on. Well, B5200 I was low on, and 435. So I just bought a bunch of them. And then while I was there, I did as I usually do, and I looked in the clearance section. I did. And I found these cute little letters, and I saw these ones first. Does that make you think of anything? That makes me think of donuts and Michelle BendyStichy. And then I realized they were letters and not donuts. But I got the letter P as well. They had a few other letters, but I only got these two. These, they look like donuts. These, it's my maiden name, first initial. So I just can't resist it. There's just a few of them, but they were on clearance, so I don't know exactly what I'm going to use them for. They're wood, it looks like, and they're painted. But maybe on a scissor fob. It's a possibility. We'll see. I will find something to use them for. And then I also saw pins, and I was like, I saw them and they caught my eye, and I was like, I can only buy it if I like all three. Well, I liked all three of these ones. So a little cupcake and a flower and hello. So there are pins. I'm thinking I'll probably cut off the pin and make them into needle minders. But they're cute. I like them. So, oh, hold please. So, because I spent more money on this little chart I made to help keep me more accountable, I added some new spots that I have to fill in before I can spend money, because I already spent money. I know. There's lots of things I'm like, ooh, I could do this. And then I'm like, oh, right, I'm not spending money. So I did sell, let's see, over here, $2 on Etsy. I have a lot of items I still need to list on Etsy. But I have a lot of things to list. I have a lot of needle minders and I have some hand-dyed cloth. Actually, yesterday I was taking the hand-dyed cloth and preparing it. The sewing shop in the town next to me has a serger, so I want to serge the ends, and she said that's fine. So I was taking off some loose threads. So I put them in this ornament, and I'm just going to keep collecting any loose dyed threads I end up with throughout the year to kind of represent my year of starting to sell fabric, hand-dyed fabric. So I'd forgotten how much I had when I went through it, so that made me excited. I might keep a piece or two for myself, but I love dyeing, and so I want to keep dyeing more. But I need to sell things and list things before I can buy more fabric to dye. I have like 1 or 2 pieces left that I can dye, but I'm just going to wait on those till I at least have some items listed. So anyways, I'm working on that. It probably won't be up for at least another month, once again, because there's just a lot of steps involved. Like, I'm always like, oh yeah, I can just get this done, and then I realize how long it actually takes. So there's that. Let me see. Was there anything else I wanted to mention? Oh, there is. So I made some zipper/scissor fobs the other day. So this was for the project bag I made using words. Words are not coming today. Using from Goodwill. Oh, placemats. So fabric placemats from Goodwill. I just stitched 2 together with a zipper. But so I made. Trying to think if I have anything to help show it against. This could work, kind of. Maybe. I'm still figuring this thing out. I'm like, what, episode 23? I'll get it down eventually. As I think it was Michelle BendyStichy was talking about how it takes like 10,000 hours to be good at something, really. So I've still got time. I'm still an amateur. That's okay. There we go. Actually, even smarter idea. So you can kind of see that. So it's just a small one, but I did some blue to tie in with the blue zipper. I also made 2 others that I'm going to sell. So there's this one. It's got a little fishy charm on it. And then I have this one that is a winking emoji charm with a stuck out tongue. I don't know what all the emojis mean. They still confuse me. But if you know what the emoji is, fabulous. So there he is with some red and white beads. So I will get those listed. I have 4 other scissor fobs that I've been meaning to get listed, but I couldn't find them. But I found them today, so I can finally get those listed once I take photos and create the listings. So much work, but that's okay. I get to do the fun part, the making. So I kind of have to deal with the not as fun part, the making the listings and everything. All right. I've kind of gone out of order. Oh, so my wonky snowman, I do not have a picture, but maybe I can insert one, are now available. The pattern's available on Gumroad. So I'm trying out Gumroad, and what I'm doing is putting my patterns that I put there for $0+. So if you want to download that pattern for free, great. The link will be to Gumroad will be down below. It's the only thing in my shop right now. So if you want my wonky snowman pattern, go ahead and download it. If you want to send me a few dollars, fabulous. I'm not going to complain. Oh, I am starting to talk briefly about books. I'm thinking I'm going to have like a jack of all trades corner. So like today I'm talking about books. Next week I might talk about something completely different. I don't know. We'll see. So I told you about the challenge. Oh, dang it. I didn't write the name down. It'll be in my show notes. It's like and I talked about it in my last video, where you read a book off your shelf each month, and they have different categories. So like this was just any book on your shelf that you haven't read. So I read Garden of the Purple Dragon by Carol Wilkinson, and I really enjoyed it. It's a probably a middle grade book that takes place in like, it says the Han Dynasty of ancient China. But it has dragons in it, so it's kind of magical as well. So this is the first book, Dragon Keeper. I read this last year. And then I read this one this year. I really enjoyed it. I love her writing style. I love the stories. After I finished reading this, I realized there's like 4 or 5 other books in the series. So I don't own any of those. So I might check them out from the library at some point. But we'll see. So kind of like a small life update. My doctor is having me get off my medicines because there's enzymes in my livers that are high enzymes in my liver that are high. So she thinks that might be part of it. And so I got off my NSAID, which is for inflammation, and my SSRI, which is for depression last week. And I've been dealing with the side effects from it. I haven't been feeling the greatest, especially the end of last week. So the end of last weekend, I didn't feel up to stitching. I didn't feel up to sitting watching FlossTube. It was horrible. So I sat and read, because when I feel that bad, if I can do anything, it's read. So I read a number of ebooks because they're easier to read than physical books. That is my reason why I love ebooks. Anyways, but my favorite one I wanted to say from that was My Not So Wicked Stepbrother by Jennifer Peel. She actually just came out with it last week, and I impulse bought it. But I was like okay with that because I had gotten a gift card to Amazon, a $10 gift card. And I purposely didn't spend it so that I could impulse buy books. I also bought another book, and I had previously impulse bought a book. So I think it's about out. I don't know. I'd have to check, but if there's anything on it, it's probably only like 99 cents a dollar. I meant $2. Anyways, so that's my little book corner, jack of all trades corner for today. I already have my book picked out for next month, as well as another book off my shelf that some of my friends have a book club in the area, and we haven't done it in a long time, but they have one going on next month. So, and I have the book, so I'm going to read it. Anything else? Shout outs. Yes, I have a lot of shout outs. One, Sunshine Stitchers. EJ shouted me out, and I so appreciate that. My guess is that's why I have so many new subscribers. I love watching Sunshine Stitchers. They're so fun. If you haven't watched them, I would suggest you go check them out. Some others are some newer ones that I found out from other people shouting them out. Or suggestions on words. YouTube. So one is Jojo Cross Crazy Cross Stitch. She lives in England, and she's just a lot of fun to watch. I think she's up to like FlossTube 6, but I would suggest go checking her out. She's lots of fun. Another is Stitching in the Barn. I didn't write down her name. Anyways, she's a really cool lady. She lives in Pennsylvania, and she just, I don't know, she has the barn that they converted into a place where she could stitch and craft and things, so that's cool. In her last video, she showed some quilt tops she's done as well. So I like learning from her. She's had a lot of experience cross stitch, and so I was just watching her. And then Jane and Amelia Craft Buddies. It's a mother and a daughter in Australia. The daughter, I don't know if they said how old she is. My guess is like 9 or 10. So the daughter doesn't seem like cross stitches, but she does a lot of different crafts that are really cute. And then the mom does some beautiful cross stitching. And then one other thing I wanted to just shout out, I think it's Pam and Steph who mentioned this, but A Stitch Too Far has a tutorial in one of her like a year-old floss tubes about the tent stitch, which I always was wondering about, like, what is exactly this tent stitch? It's not the half stitch, but I was wondering because like I learned about the continental stitch in a needlepoint kit I had done, but I was so confused. Anyways, watching her video, I found out that the tent stitch is the continental stitch, so that's cleared up for me. But it's really just a good tutorial, so I will link that in my show notes as well to that tutorial because it's helpful. Any other news? Christmas trees is still up. Don't know when we'll get it down. I wasn't feeling well. My husband hasn't been feeling well. We'll get it down eventually. Last year we didn't get it down until March, so I'd prefer to get it down before then, but we'll see. I might just start taking like a few each day. Like I'll take 5 ornaments off today. I don't know. We'll see. I usually get to this point of the day and I'm really tired, especially right now. Oh, one more life update. My day job's really busy. My boss had a heart attack at the end of last week and I'm the second in command. So like today, most of my day was spent doing stuff that usually he would be doing, which meant I didn't get to any of the tasks. Well, I got one small task done, but I have these looming tasks now that need to get done. So I need to work extra hours, which is great. I need the money. Unfortunately, my body doesn't have the stamina to work the extra hours. So I'm trying to figure out how that will work. Some of the work I can do from home. So maybe like Saturday morning, maybe I'll do a couple hours from home. Speaking of Saturday morning, last Saturday morning, I watched Mary Poppins Returns. The local theater was having a 10 a.m. matinee. They called it pajamas and popcorn. I took them at their word. I wore my pajamas. And then we got just a free small popcorn, and it was only $5 a ticket, including the small popcorn, which, I mean, for movie theater prices is really, really good, I feel like. So that was fun. My husband and I went as a mini date and, well, a day date. I don't know. It was a date. It was fun. We enjoyed it. And that's all for today. See you next time. Hi FlossTube, it's Karen with KB Studio Creations. Welcome back and welcome to all the new subscribers. I had quite a big jump, like 30, 40 more new subscribers. Okay, this is not gonna work. My brain will work. Just a minute. Have a great time stitching. Bye.